Good morning, beautiful people. Lisa Lovestone here. LL. That's an L in sign language. It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. Forgive me, I don't know my days of the week anymore. What's happening? I can't believe I literally fell asleep reading that book the other night. The Golden Future. Yeah. I totally fell asleep. and I said something and that's the end, or that's it, or that's all there is. I was literally sound asleep for about 3 seconds. Oh my gosh, while reading a book to my audience. Yeah, I'm just really gonna have to focus on getting to that book earlier. I did get to it earlier last night and I was still falling asleep. Not literally falling asleep, but getting very, very close. So anyway, this is my Energy Oracle card deck. This is one of my oldest decks. I don't know. Why don't I tell the story? It might help somebody. Because I know somebody posted something on Facebook not long ago that caused me to do a deep dive about something. You know how you have unfinished business or unfinished questions? Like you're still, you have a lot of information, but you don't have the full picture yet, and you know that, and you keep wondering, but I don't understand. And I feel like I have a final answer, but I'm still not sure. Like, I wish I could just ask Bashar about it and get straight answers in the sense of what exactly it is I need to know to 100% clarify for my understanding. So there's a girl that I was friends with, and we went out to lunch and she invited me to her house to buy some oracle decks because she decided she had been a witch for many, many years. And she decided to become a Christian. Kind of backwards. It usually happens the other way around. And it was based off, the reason was, what is her name? Got one of her decks right here. Doreen Virtue. I bought this deck from her as well. And I'll go ahead and say her name out loud. Her name is Jade. And we were friends. And I could tell there was something really going on with her. Not only did she have some very serious depression, but she was on a medication to which she couldn't stay awake very well. And she was sitting at my table and I was teaching her some things because she had also gotten into the Reiki community and was becoming a Reiki practitioner. Anyway, I knew there was things going on with her, and I knew she was trying to tell me something. And at the time, I wasn't reading between the lines. My intuition was still pretty, you know, not highly attuned yet. And I wasn't seeing between the lines. And I went to her house after we had lunch. She was, you know, she decided all of a sudden she's going to become a Christian. She's going to become a right-wing extremist, and she's going to vote for Trump. And this was the last time when Trump was running, when he lost to Joe Biden. And so I went to her house. I was really upset about the changes because, you know, if a woman changes her mind and decides to stand behind Trump, that means she doesn't believe that a woman should have choices about her body. And that's not good, especially when you clearly knew that a woman should have those choices. So something was seriously going on with her. Well, she told me about dying. She said she died. And I wasn't putting the pieces together when she was telling me the story. And my matcha, my mushroom matcha. After my next shipment comes in, I'm gonna do something different. This is really expensive. It's like $75 for 2 packages, which lasts me 30 days. I mean, if I was going out for matcha every day, it would probably be around $35, $45, $50 a month. I'm not really sure. Every day, it'd probably easily be $75, right? But that's the point. I'm drinking at home because I can make it exactly the way I want it. I know what's going into it, and it's much cheaper to make stuff at home. Mommy, baby, baby. She wants to go outside. I let her outside, but then I brought her in because I'm going to leave the house, and I'm scared she won't come in if I leave, before I leave. Okay, so Jade. Now, Jade Wolf, I was like, is that your real name? She said no, she changed her name after she died. And I was like, okay. You know, and I guess I always would just take people at their word. I tend, before at least, I would tend to not ask a lot of questions. If somebody told me something, then I would just take it at the face value of what they said. You know, until I learn otherwise. I just, you know, if you tell me you died and you weren't the same when you came back, then okay. Well, that happens. That happens to people, right? So, anyway, but this was before the day that we had lunch and I went to her house. She wanted to sell me some of her cards. So I bought some cards from her and I took them home and blessed them and everything, cleansed them for sure. There's just something about her. And she kept reminding me of my little sister, which we all know my little sister died. And when she came back, it wasn't her. Oh my God, don't start doing that. She's going to start meowing because she wants to go outside. Her meows are blood-curdling screams. So like my sister died. She went to heaven or wherever. Not heaven, but, you know, the great beyond. And she reminded me of my sister. When she told me she died, I was like, oh, she's bipolar like my sister. She's got bouncing personalities like my sister. It's like when I would meet up with Jade, I didn't know which Jade I was going to get, right? And okay, so anyway, I was at her house to buy cards from her. And I was looking at her. I was sitting at the kitchen table looking at the cards, and she was in the living room talking to me about something. And the room was like there was sun coming in through the windows, but then there were places where it was darker, and there was places in the room where it was darker, right? Lighter, darker. And I was looking at her talking. This isn't the first time it's happened. This has happened. I see people, they're talking to me, or I'm looking at them, and all of a sudden, it's like a double exposed image where there's two people, right? I saw another face in her face, but it was kind of like her face is here, and then the other face was like slightly out and over here. And there was another face of a girl who looked very much like Jade, younger, and very, very similar to Jade. And while she was talking to me, there was this other girl, and she was looking at me, and it felt like she wanted to speak to me. Now, I don't know if there's two people living inside of Jade, or if Jade is a walk-in. I don't know, because I was convinced Jade was a walk-in. And this girl used to have a different name. Mimi. She really wants me to let her outside. So I just don't know if I'm gonna have to chase you down the block to get you to come home. You went outside this morning already. Okay, so Bashar says he's familiar with our phrase walk-in, but that it's not accurate. He says that this is a lot. It is always a lot to discuss this subject. He says that it's another version of you. If you've had a tragic thing happen to you, a trauma that's so severe that the person that's currently there, the version of you, cannot deal with it, they step out and another version of yourself steps in. So it's another version of yourself But it doesn't mean it's going to be just like you. It's just another version of you. So this version of you could possibly have maybe, I don't know. See, I don't know so much things yet. Like, is it a lower vibration version of you? Is it a higher vibration version of you? Is it a meaner version of you? A nicer version of you? But why did I see the other face? Why did I see the other face? That's not the first time that's happened to me. I see other faces in people, or like in my sister's case, I literally saw a demon right here. I was horrified. So I said, Jade, what's happening? She's like, huh, what? I mean, she's just talking, rattling on. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, Jade, what's happening? She's like, huh, what? And I'm like, I see another face in your face. She's like, okay, what? And she's getting angry. And I'm like, Jade, I'm just asking you, what am I seeing right now? I see you talking, and then I see another girl looking at me in your face. She says, are you telling me I'm two-faced? Well, I mean, in a sense, that's literally two-faced, right? Two faces. She's like, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I don't appreciate what you just said. She was so upset. Thankfully, I had given her the money for the cards. I'd gone through her decks. I'd made a decision on what decks I wanted to purchase. I took what I had paid for and I left. And now she's married to my ex-boyfriend. That was deliberate. That was absolutely deliberate. That's fine. If they're a good match, then I'm happy for them. But she needs healing. They both need healing. So he has very bad boundaries. She could just walk all over his boundaries, all over him. His ex-wife did. She walked all over him. I was probably the only girlfriend he ever had who didn't walk all over him. Which is why he dated me, even though I wasn't his type. And I dated him even though he wasn't my type, because he was pretty darn likable. Anyway, she's got what she wanted, what she needed through him. So she just was using him. But that's fine. You know, it's their lives and they're going to have to figure it out. I have no control over that. That's their deal. And maybe something good will come of it. Okay. So that's the story behind these cards. But these cards have become mine. They are attuned to me. They work with me. And they're not hers anymore. They're mine. You do have to be careful about buying things from other people that aren't brand new. But as a Reiki master, there's those advantages of being able to cleanse things really well and bless them and attune them to you. I don't attune. I'm not a Reiki master teacher. But in a sense, I can still attune something to my own personal use. All right, I've got a date today, so I need to get going. Let's get this done. Okay, I'm not going to use my pendulum today or my dowsing rods. I'm just gonna ask that my circle be protected by the highest and purest light that comes from Christ, that I am protected, and that the cards I choose are meant for me and for the collective for a middle of the week boost. Just going to intuitively I was just going to do one card, but oh, I'm really pushing it. These are all cards I've pulled before. Okay, we've got financial constraints. Man holding a coin. It's a big coin. And walking away. She's walking through the gate, looking back, like she's saying a final, I'm leaving, goodbye. I don't know if that's a butterfly or a fairy up in the air there. There's what appears to be maybe cherry blossoms or something. Okay. Financial constraints. This is one of my books with all the bookmarkers. I put the dates in when I read it. For myself. Okay, the card was upright. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money may be tight at this time. So rein in your spending and be circumspect about the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence. In your life, this is not a time for financial indulgence in your life. Okay, sorry, I'm skipping lines. Okay. This is not a time of indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better. But for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the money and the good things you already have. I can move through any cycle with dignity and awareness. I'm open to receiving increasing wealth. Money moves to and through my life, bringing benefits to all. Benefits to all, because, right? When we are blessed, we get blessed for the sake of the collective, for the highest good of all, not just for ourselves. So way back when these cards were made, they already knew that truth. Okay. A man holding a coin. This card shows a man sitting in a lushly flowered field, holding a large bright coin. For men, this could indicate an aspect of yourself and a readiness to further your goals and receive increased health, money, or value in your life. Greater success is on its way when you take control of your own finances and act. This card upright could also reveal the assistance of a financial advisor or healer whom you already know or are soon to meet. This man is helpful and may bring sage advice concerning the action you need to take the next step. Be open to this person. This man is helpful and may bring sage advice concerning the action you need to take next. Be open to this person showing up with support, but always turn to your own intuitive guidance to weigh the information you receive. This could also signify a new love interest with a wealthy man or a man from work. This card reverse reveals that you could be acting against your own best. No, that's not for us. Affirmation. I determine my own destiny. I take financial action and am receiving wonderful assistance from those around me. That's the affirmation. Okay, walking away. Letting go, moving on. This card shows someone walking away from an existing situation. She is closing the gate behind her and is walking away into a misty, unknown future. The card upright reveals that it could be time for you to make a similar decision. There may be something that you're finished with, perhaps a career goal, a relationship, or a long-term experience of any kind. The familiarity of the situation may be enticing, but you're now ready to look at your options on the open road ahead. In reality, an important new beginning is at hand. This card also indicates that now would be a good time to let go of an old habit, emotional pattern, or false belief. Bashar talks about our belief system. What belief system are you agreeing to? This card also indicates that now No matter how deeply ingrained a negative pattern may be, you now have the power to release it and move on to a freer, healthier way of thinking and relating to yourself and others. Whether it's in the inner or outer world, this card is telling you that you have the readiness and resources to walk away from the old and move forward now. It is safe and comfortable for me to move on. I consider all my options and then take action on my own behalf. Okay. Always some very sage advice going on in here. And in a very real way, all these cards work together. Be careful with your money right now. Only buy what you need. Somebody's going to help you with your finances. Sounds like it's going to be a man. And we got to walk away from an old belief that does not serve us. Which could make a big change in your life, right? My life, your life. Okay, I need to take one of my quickie showers and get dressed and get going down the road. I'm going to the museum today with Will. Yeah. I thought we could be friends. And he really wants me to see his place. But I feel like his place is going to be a big temptation for me. 44 acres. Yeah. I mean, if he wants to remain friends, I'm happy about that. All right, I gotta go. Love, peace, and joy to all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Lisa Lovestone out.